Ways to save cash to survive a recession with rising obligation levels, fluctuating business sectors, and increasing oil costs. Having some ways to save cash added to your repertoire could be a lifeline so that when more regrettable comes to more terrible, you'll know how to endure a downturn. Sadly, a recession is something outside of our reach, yet what we have some control over is the way we answer and plan for a monetary downturn. Going to prudent lengths to safeguard your funds can improve things significantly, so before the following monetary slump hits, ensure you take some or all of these moves toward downturn confirmation. 1. Save an emergency fund. Whether your hours have been scaled back, you've lost your employment, your business isn't bringing in any cash, or you went with a few poor monetary choices, crisis reserve funds will give you a well-being net to return to so you can ride the wave and rise out of the downturn in a good place again. Assuming it's conceivable, attempt to save around 3.5 years of your wages, so when the economy is down and cash is tight, you will not need to go to credit. Involving credit as a security net is a mix-up that frequently torment individuals for a really long time sometime later. Most don't predict the truth that they will require a bigger pay than they at present need to both reimburse the cash in addition to premium that they acquired during the difficult time. 2. Lay out a budget and pay down your debts. You should consider saving money even when borrowing is cheap. Worrying about an obligation concern is precisely that. Wait. Furthermore, during a downturn when occupations are scant and cash is tight, those high obligation installments will add just more pressure to a generally distressing circumstance. So now is the ideal time to check out your monetary circumstance and all your installment commitments, and to make an arrangement to settle your obligations. During a downturn, it tends to be challenging to cover everyday costs, not to mention obligation reimbursements, and this can make your obligation twisting wild. Conveying elevated degrees of obligation is exceptionally hazardous, on the grounds that a slight change in outside variables could influence your capacity to pay your obligation. 3. Scale down to a thriftier lifestyle. Living efficiently isn't quite as troublesome as it sounds, and in opposition to prevalent sentiment, a thrifty way of life isn't tied in with saving every possible dollar and denying yourself of things that give you pleasure. Rather, about settling on cognizant spending decisions decreases costs with insignificant effect on your way of life. There are loads of ways you can begin living efficiently. On the off chance that your family has 2 vehicles, think about decreasing it to 1 and utilizing public travel. This decision alone could save you $9,000 each year. Or on the other hand, in the event that having 2 vehicles is important, think about selling one of the vehicles for an eco-friendlier sub-minimal vehicle to save money on the expense of gas. You can likewise investigate scaling back your home or condo, saving on food, and downsizing on your cell plan. 4. Cast your income net wide. The majority of us know all about the colloquialism "don't tie up your resources in one place," and this maxim could be applied to your kind of revenue. Depending entirely on a specific occupation for all your pay has inborn gamble, since in such a case that the economy tanks and you lose your employment, you'll likewise lose your main pay and your capacity to meet all your monetary commitments. Having numerous floods of pay can truly help. Assuming one pay source begins to diminish or gets killed totally, you have different sources to return to assist with keeping you above water. Broadening your pay doesn't be guaranteed to involve finding a second line of work. As a matter of fact, on the off chance that